Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today we're going to be looking in at the Super Bowl and alleged conspiracy theories that there might be the movement of young individuals, men, women, children, from point A to point B, and it might not be of their own volition or consent. So I want to take a look into it and see if this is something that occurs at the Super Bowl. Does it not? What's kind of going on? Is the NFL maybe allegedly into it? Is there something going on with players? I don't know. I just want to take a look into it. So without further ado, just before I get into it, remember everything I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all, just my opinion, psychic downloads, and the such. So if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So without further ado, let's kind of get into if this is just a rumor, a conspiracy theory, and the such. So let's take a look at it. What is kind of the general, is this something that does occur around, is this kind of a Super Bowl, is this just a conspiracy theory, or is there some truth to it? So the Hermit, things are, if there's anything, this is very, very silent. We keep it to ourselves. But as we're seeing with the boat here, there is movement or traffic in some way, leading the way. Why is this? Because we're trying to get away with shit. Because this allows us to put money into our big man, into our cult-like people above us. This is a big event for making lots and lots of money for underground organizations, in my opinion here. Especially here with that movement of people. Hopes and fears, we just want this to stay silent. No, we cannot let this get out. However, the world is starting to see that there are two sides to these events. There's the good side, and then there's the really nasty side. And people are, and like, we're coming full circle, so new things need to start. The High Priestess here, there's a lot of lies, there's a lot of deceit, and there's a lot of things that aren't being told to people about what's going on. I also see that there's a lot of people who are trying to take control of these events, but they just, yeah. What's kind of going for this whole thing? Temperance card reverse. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of imbalance as well. When you go to a Super Bowl, I don't know. I've never been to one. I've been to a few games, football games, especially in these big crowded arenas. Do you ever notice that like there's spikes and lulls in crowds where, I don't know, like what I'm being shown is like I'm going into the arena and I'm seeing the entire arena and I'm seeing almost like energetically, like the energy coming off from crowds. And like like in specific crowds, like there's like giant spikes, like you would see on like a heart monitor coming out of like a certain section. So it's like that section's producing a shit ton of energy. And then there are other sections that are a little bit more subdued. And then like sometimes the whole crowd gets moving and amping up, and then they access that energy. And then other times it's super dull and quiet. So like what I'm kind of seeing here is that there's a lot of imbalance currently, and I don't know why I'm seeing that for like these types of events. Is that the spikes and the lulls are like important to the movement in traffic's, the movement of peoples to point A to point B. Like that's super, super important for some reason. And I don't know if this has to do with like what's going on behind the scenes with it, but that's super important for some reason. Here in the past, it's all El Diablo, eyes wide shut, the triangle people sort of thing. And here in the future, the judgment. This is going to be something coming to light that we will be knowing about this, the judgment. The general populace will be coming down and people won't be knowing about it. It's like the angels on high are coming down and letting you know this is the shit that's been going down. You can't ignore it anymore. Additional info on this. It's something they've refused to change. They've been keeping it really, really hidden. And it's just now going to be bad luck moving forward that's going to be bringing this about. It's like y'all screwed yourselves over. You kind of got overzealous. You refused to change. You've been trying to hide this for a long, long time. However, bad luck is coming your way, my friends, and you aren't going to be able to essentially stop it from coming your way. So let's take a look here. Okay. When it comes to these movements of people from point A to point B during the Superbowl, I want to take a look at the energy just around. Like, what are some of the, is this like the only types of events that are kind of going on? Or how can we group things kind of together here a little bit? With like, okay, I want to do like column 1, column 2, column 3 of like different things that kind of occur. Because it's like, this doesn't feel like it's just a movement of people. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. When you're looking at the amount of energy that like the Super Bowl, it's like one of the most watched events around the globe. There's like, what is it? Like 100 million people are watching this event. I'm sorry. Like, there's gotta be more to it. There's gotta be more to it. I feel like there's more to it, but let's take a look. See here. Column 1. Yep. Perversion. We're transforming it because of money. Okay, so niños and niñas, otherwise our lovely little girls, little boys, with our fire here, things get transformed, things change for good or for better or worse. It's always worse, and then for money here, it's like this is a major event where people get their rocks off, in my opinion, and they get lots of money for it. Imprisonment. This is also a time of year where I'm just looking at this from an underground organization sense. Oh, hold on. I'm being dumb, aren't I? Well, not dumb, but okay. So there's a couple things going on here. One, you got your whole shenaniganery with children. 2, where I'm seeing like this is a time of year where people come together to figure out who are we taking out this year. This is like almost like a meeting of the minds of like business. This is like a very business oriented event where people come around. And people do a lot of write-offs with it. Over here, we also have and then in this third column, this also feels like a time where people can go and hide out and be with their families a little bit. But you get to go what was it? Super Bowl was held in Las Vegas last year. So you get to go to Sin City last year. You get to go maybe be a little bit of a wild child, but you still get to be that wholesome family unit because you get both sides. Looking at this specifically from like the spread underneath, we have the man-made disaster here with money. I don't know if there's going to be some sort of like last minute pull or event or some sort of like thing that happens during the Super Bowl this year. But it's like, this is like a man-made disaster. Why? Because someone paid to do this. We're covering up our dirty shit when it comes to kids. We're hoping that our lies out to the mass media or to the people around us are going to be able to cover our asses. However, there's someone here who's like, you want to try and do that sort of shit? Nah, that's not going to work. We got a backup plan for you to not get away or do different things. Maybe this is a fire at I forget it said it's in New Orleans this year. So maybe it's like there's a fire at the stadium. Maybe there's something that goes down. That's like, we have to do like a mass exodus. However, and like this was all planned, motel, hotel, like there's other like with places to stay around that area. There's some sort of shady shenaniganery. It's like in the neighborhood. You got to stay in the neighborhood. In the past, this is also having to deal with like fraudulent behavior, or it's like we're going to kill a couple birds with one stone here, where we get to do a whole bunch of stuff. There's like, we're catching you for fraud. There's a bunch of things going on. We're trying to hide and cover our tracks because people in the future are going to go in jail or going to be put into jail. This is like a big roundup of things kind of going on around the time of the Super Bowl. It almost feels like, and we're going to be seeing like maybe this is a fire at a hotel where people are getting displaced or not being able to stay anymore. So that's what I'm kind of seeing. I mean, there's only 2 weeks out, and like seems like the Super Bowl is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. So we're seeing the movements of people's whether big and or small, at the Super Bowl. So I want to take a look. Does the NFL know about this? Allegedly, maybe. I don't know. Because last time I read the Super Bowl, that was last year, and I'm like, oh, is this a rigged event? And I'm like, I don't think it's completely rigged, but there's some padding. And I, at the end of that reading, was like, what's this with kids and or people? And it just took a really, really dark turn. And I'm like, we're not going to read from there no more. And that's just where I'm kind of picking up from it. So I'm going to take a look at what's going on with the NFL. And does the NFL kind of maybe know about this movements of people from point A to point B against their will? So let's take a look. See here. Nine of Pentacles. Oh yeah, we make lots of money from this. We are not ignorant to the things that go on around us. We see the money, we see the traffic, we see the things. Because we have a part of it. We take a cut. We take a cut in the deal. However, this little venture that we are a part of is no longer working the way we thought it was, because the internet is starting to figure shit out. And this transformation, the opposing energy is a Five of Swords. People are starting to figure our shit out, and we can't fight against it, or people are starting to come to fight against us. And it's like, well, they're kind of stronger, they're bigger, they're faster, and we kind of are just, they're in a lose-lose situation. With the Heartbreak card here. The Heartbreak card. Positive. They do want to break up from this. They want to break away from whatever the heck's going on. However, they did get into bed. They did get into a relationship with us here. And in the future, they wanted to stay away, keep to themselves. Do I think they know about it? Yes. Do I think that they got a kickback from it at one point in time? Yes. Do I think that's currently? Do I think they're in this contract now? I'm not sure. It feels like they have broken away from it, but they were apart. They were apart and got kickbacks and something and other in the past. They had to get something out of it, though. They had to get something out of it. What else can we know? The Page of Swords. Yeah, we were going to put together some verbal agreements here. We knew this would be like, we were going to end. We had to end things, or this is about people, and we needed to move fast to cover stuff up, but also move forward with the direction that we want. Does the NFL know about all these? I think it sounds like a roundup. Okay, so NFL maybe eventually, allegedly, might have had something to do with this. Or at least was part of it at one point in time. I'm not saying that they are now. Okay. So looking at that then, I want to take a look. Is there any part? It looks like we're having a roundup of people at this year's Super Bowl. Of people, dirty birds, XYZ, people who are on no good. So let's take a look at, does the NFL know about this? And if so, are they trying to do anything to cover up these activities? So does the NFL know about kind of this, sounds like this roundup coming up? The King of Cups upright. Why is this the Ace of Pentacles? They've been paid from an outside source to hold this, because it's like, if not, we're going to be coming after you for things that you guys have been doing, because we've known how you guys have wands that go all over town. However, it feels like this is NFL has decided to, like, okay, we're just going to burn our bridges here, and they have burned them, because they're like, we need, because we've decided to go a different way. So they're almost playing mediator. How do I put this? They're playing double cross mediator. It feels like between some dirty birds, and it feels like the people who are wanting to arrest the dirty birds. And I think they're trying to play both sides. in my opinion, which makes them, I don't like that. And they're being very, very manipulative behind the scenes to kind of get what they want. And they've been doing a pretty dang bang up job of that, because in the past, they were found connected, it feels like, allegedly, in my opinion, to the things going on. People came in, looked at their documents, said, this isn't all right. We need to, no, no, no. You want to keep doing what you're doing? Well, you're going to work with us then, baby. Because here with the future, because they're trying to get away with dirty, shady shit that they've been up to. So yeah, do I think that they're a part of maybe this takedown? Yes. But because they're just trying to, I don't know, get away with shady shit themselves. Whatever. Okay. What else do we got here from these shady shenaniganeries? Okay, so how is it? So we looked at the NFL, looked at that. So when it comes to, I'm just going to ask, when it comes to the players of the Super Bowl, I don't know. This is something I'm just going to, how am I going to word this? I don't know what the NFL, I don't know what contracts are done in the NFL. I really don't. I don't know if this is something that is done just like on the side. But do players who are in the Super Bowl, or I should say the NFL and their players, I want to see, does the NFL know about players essentially being high-end escorts? Maybe, allegedly. Are there high-end escorts that are football players? I just want to take a look, because you gotta go check out. I did a Kobe Bryant reading. That is currently in members only. Sports players are weird, man. Sports players are weird. So I want to take a look. Do NFL players maybe moonlight as high-end escorts, allegedly, apparent, whatever? I don't like that. The high priestess, well, you know the truth. Think about it from your intuition. This is written in the scriptures. This is also written in your contract. Why is this? Because we control you. Because you're going to make friends and network and make lots and lots of money in different ways. Hopes and fears. You get to offer your emotions. You get to be a little bit naive. And since you're so hyped up on whatever you're doing, you're a high-end athlete, a guy's got needs, y'all. Like, guys have needs. Like, you can just take your wand wherever you want and just have a grand old time. And you have but here's the thing. We'll do smoke and mirrors for you. This is, in my opinion, something that definitely happens behind the scenes. In my opinion, that like, oh, someone's interested in you. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And you can make oodles of money from this. 7 of Cups as well. It's like, and this is the opposing energy. It's like, we can give you a bunch of different options. Like, it doesn't, like, wherever you want to go, what kind of deals you want to make, we can help you make those. There's also the sense here, though, you don't know what you're stepping into once you kind of maybe do this. Like, you have no idea. Because what's going for you? Well, you're always going to be able to get your rocks off. You're always going to have your wand tended to. Like, you're never going to have, yeah, because here in the past, yeah, you've come into a relationship with us. We get to be your this, that, and the other thing. And then here in the future, the Hermit. This is going to be coming to light, information being shared. Also, I would like to say every single card came up upright. That is very odd and not common for that to happen as much anymore. Because I've been, maybe. But like, at the same time, like, this is getting weird. This is very, very, very weird. Where this is definitely a thing. And I don't know if the NFL is like really a part of like this part of it, but like I do think that there is maybe brokers for high-end escorts from NFL players, in my opinion. I don't have no facts here. I just have opinions. So, all right. Okay, NFL. What words do you have? What is, when we're looking at this whole shit show, apparently you got a side business, side hustle. What makes people at the Super Bowl more, I should say, so when you're at the Super Bowl, okay, the NFL is an entertainment company. They can rig as many games as they really want to get who they want to the Super Bowl. They just can, okay? If you haven't looked it up, just go look it up. It's legal for them to do so, just the same as WWE, so whatever. Don't argue with me in the comments about that. But we're going to take a look at NFL, and I should say, when it comes to this, essentially, what I'm seeing as a underground, this is like a side business or like an offshoot of the NFL, in my opinion. I'm not saying that it is. Remember, this is all alleged. But with the current events, but this thing, it's like, this is all hard work. You've worked hard to get where you're at, and now you get more options to make money because you've been brainwashed into making more money for us. It's like you're conditioned to be like, this is how it works. And you want to make it big, this is how it works. Hopes and fears here. You're going to be able to maintain like a motherly type of energy. You're going to have kids. You're going to have a family. You get to do all the other things. There's also a feminine aspect to this where it's like you're hoping to get put with feminine energy to be like maybe their escorts here. Unseen obstacles, though, here, the Tower card reversed, which is you're going to try to be avoiding disasters every single step of the way. This is part of, like, this is so, it feels like this is so prevalent within like the players of the NFL. Like, this is so prevalent. And it's like certain people are tapped on the shoulder to do this. Like the better player you are, the more interest you get from high-end whale clients, you're going to get tapped on the shoulder to do this. And I don't think they have a lot of choice in it. Where it's like, hey, this person is paying us like $500,000 for you to spend the night with them. $500,000. That's a lot of freaking money. And it would be like the team or like the people above them get like a cut of like, I don't know, $250, and then like the rest goes to the player, or like $300 goes to the player and $200 goes to the people above them. It's like those type of, because the opposing energy here is a Queen of Wands type of energy, which is like you want to be nurturing and out there and like out to do things. However, what's going from is like, we're gonna keep this hidden. It's like you get to be put out there, you get to be put on this pedestal, but you got to do this stuff for us behind the scenes. Here, it's like we're coming to you with an offer, and then here in the future, it's like you're going to get a windfall of money. You get all this money, you get all these things, you don't need to worry about stuff, and the such when it comes to, and like getting up higher within the NFL as well. It feels like there are, and I hate saying this, but there's madams. Right? I was seeing that before, but it feels like there's a madame here who kind of almost picks and chooses, where it's like, oh, I know I can get more for you. I can get more for you. I like you. So like when you get to the NFL as well, or not when you get to the Super Bowl, there's also like another feminine energy here that is kind of directing some of the aspects to have people be more desirable and or less desirable to get the maximum amount of profits from outside avenues. In my opinion, when it comes to this. Again, I'm going to ask a really weird question. And for those who don't know Jeffree Star, fine, whatever. For those who do, though, I have a question. So, there was a while back that Jeffree, not a while, yeah, but I'd say about a year or so ago, maybe more at this point, maybe 2 years ago. There was a picture that was floating around TikTok, Instagram, where Jeffree had posted, like, an NFL player had come out to his yak ranch, and he had been seeing this person for a while. And he was apparently from the NFL. He was, however, he wasn't out. And I have so many questions now that I'm looking at this. Was this a part of this alleged high-end escort type of thing that's going on? Because I'm curious. What was that? Is that what I'm thinking? Is that kind of a part of this? Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The devil card. Yep. El Diablo. We are here. Why? Because you've chosen to do this. You've gone out. Someone brokered the deal. However, whatever this was, it's like they pay. I wonder if they paid more for exposure. Like someone had to pay more to be able to post a picture, or there was extra money that was being thrown out there to be able to showcase this to the world, because your wish wasn't granted. Nine of Cups. It's like, I wonder, you know how like there's always these stories of like, oh, the person, like, I just wanted to go sleep with this person, and then like the someone like them falls in love with them type of trope. Like you pay and then you get feelings, and then like you just got to stay, right? I'm wondering if that was kind of what Jeffree Star wanted, where it's like, oh, this person's just going to sleep with me, and then they're going to get feelings for me, and then we can live happily ever after, da 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 da. And that didn't end up happening. Because the unseen obstacles here is the justice. This is a part of the contract, my dude. Like, this is the contract that we signed. This is what we did. And sure, we can be strategic about it, but you aren't going to completely get all you want. You get to put things out there, and you get to stir up some controversy to make more money. However, here with the Queen of Swords reversed, in the past, it was like, you did some shady business dealings with us. And then now moving here in the future, it's like, we won't let this be known, though, for the Tower card reverse. We'll avoid this. We won't let people know. But just saying, like, that's the type of, like, if we would be looking at examples. Yeah, if you just type in Jeffree Star, NFL player, yeah, that's a part of this whole thing. Someone brokered the deal to get this person out to see Jeffree, and that's, in my opinion, here. And that's part of this whole high-end escort networking system, in my opinion. Oh, this is super odd. Okay. I don't know if I want to read anymore. I don't know what else to read on this. But that's what I have. If there's anything else you wanted me to look into this, please let me know. I would be more than curious to do that. Otherwise, thank you all so very much for watching. If you want this beautiful tarot mat, I think it's linked down below. If you want to go check that out on my store. Otherwise, if you would like to book a personal reading, you could check out my website. Otherwise, because I am running a deal for the month of February, I have a deal going that's only going to be until February 15th. After that date, I'm closing the deal. So if you want to go check that out, it's one question, and it's like a $20 reading. So go check that out, as it's a limited time offer. Otherwise, YouTube members, you get see videos like this earlier and the such. So thank you all so very, very much, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. So bye.